I used to go to these doos raising money for the hunt. One year, I suppose about 17 years ago, it was called off a fortnight before the actual racing should take place. And everybody was up in arms about it. And we asked the fellow why he called it off, and he said, I didn't get enough support. I didn't know how many people would be coming. So I said, well, would you like me to take it on? And he said, yes, I'd be very pleased if you would, he said. And I used to go over to his and pick it up, and I then continue to run it each year for the hunt, and have done for 16 years. £6.7, £7. Go on, there we are, £7. We auction the mice so that there's an interest in the room that they are an owner of a mouse. And once you've got people interested in their mouse, they will back their mouse on most races. And if it runs the 6 races without winning, because we have 6 races where we take the winning mouse out every time, we found that people always put money on their mouse, so they still spend, even whatever they pay for their mouse. If they pay £5, they still spend another £5 backing it to win. So we double our money on the betting throughout the evening. The most money I ever made from this in one go was at £1,800 one night. And it was for the hunt, and a lot of these people got lots of money. And the mice was selling for, or 1 or 2 of them made £100. On a normal evening, the mice go between £15 and £25. Last night's performance, there was a small crowd. Half of them didn't know what really was going to happen. And these people haven't got money to throw away because it's only a football club. So the mice went, I would say, the cheapest I've ever sold mice. I have never sold mice, not for £5 at any do before. You all know which mouse you bought. Now here's your chance to win some money. So if you'd like to come along now and buy your tickets and put them in the pot. It took me a long time to really get the betting sorted out, because you have to know how many tickets you sell. And then we had the bright idea, of getting 12 flower pots and putting the numbers on. When the people who buy their raffle tickets, they have both tickets of the raffle, both tickets, they put one in the pot and they keep one. When the mice win, you just pick up the flower pot, take it to where they're selling the tickets, and that's how many winners you've got. Right, now you've all backed these mice. They're all ready to go. They're really standing up. They're really standing up, ready to go. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! And here we go.
Each ticket's worth £2.
He made serious money on this.
My first mouse racing, I ordered them from a pet shop, and of course they breed, and they do breed very fast. And in no time, from 20 mice, you will have 100. These are the original ones. If I could see one or two more, I would buy them to put in with them just to change, because these are just interbred the whole time. When we do get about 100 mice, we send about 50 to the zoo at Colchester to feed their reptiles. And 50 mice, I don't think, supply them for a day's food for all the animals they have, but it helps me to get my stock down. But now, as the hunt has got they have to have an eagle to make it law to hunt. So I supply them with some when I've got surplus. But they do breed very quick. We run these we go to them for all sorts of charities. We've done them for the hunt. I even did them for a boy's birthday party once. Took the mice quite a long way away. They asked me how much I was going to charge them, and I told them, and they said, well, that's a lot cheaper than getting an entertainer in. And the children just love it.
We're now selling tickets for the grand final.
Some people won't come to them because they say it's cruel, but there is no cruelty, there's not a bit of cruelty in it. The mice love it. It's something different than being in their tanks all the time. Come out into a box and then go in and then race, and we have them escape sometimes, because some of them are vicious. They'll bite you, and if they do bite, you certainly get a lot of blood come out your finger, because it's a real nip. And there's one do once when sliding them along to get them up the end. One jumped out and jumped off the stage and onto the floor, and there was all the women and the children jumping up on the chairs, especially the ladies. I've never seen so many ladies on chairs in all my life. And children were running and laughing, and it was the biggest laugh of the evening. But it's not very often they get away. I think probably about 4 times in 17 years we've had one escape. Because if you get one escape in a hall and it gets under a stage or somewhere, I don't think they'd have you back. If people went in the next day for a function and got a white mouse running across the floor, I think they'd have a job to let the hall in future. But one place I went to do it, near Hadley, and the person booked the hall, and this was for the Essex and Suffolk hunt. And the lady went to the caretaker and said, I'd like to book the hall for a mouse racing evening, please. And she said, oh, how lovely. I've seen these clockwork mice go, she said. What fun. She said, I didn't tell her they were live in case she wouldn't let us in.